Pocket of Tasmania today became a political battleground. The Prime Minister and the opposition leader descended on the state's northwest, both launching their by-election campaigns in the hotly contested seat of Braddon.
On a cold day in the Apple Isle, a red-hot reception in the race to the by-election. Also on the Braddon Blitz, Malcolm Turnbull filling a factory floor with the faithful. Both leaders sharpening their lines for a showdown less than 3 weeks away.
Our plan means more jobs, it means higher wages, it means better schools and hospitals.
The only candidate in the Braddon by-election who can be part of a government to deliver is Brett Whiteley.
The Liberals are hoping to see him reinstated after losing to Justine Kay in 2016. She held the seat by a margin of just 2.2%, but was forced to resign after the dual citizenship saga.
The choice is very clear.
Vote for Justine and vote for Labor.
Now there are just 20 days left to drive home their messages before 500,000 Australians across 5 electorates head to the polls. The crossbencher who won in 2016 in the South Australian seat of Mayo is likely to return an independent. The Liberals aren't contesting the seats of Perth and Fremantle. All eyes now on the 2 Labor-held marginals of Tasmania's Braddon and Queensland's Longman. And there's a lot riding on the outcomes. Only once has an opposition ever lost a by-election to a government. If the government bucks the trend and prizes 1, if not 2, seats off Labor, then the blame would likely land squarely at Bill Shorten's feet, and an early general election would suddenly seem a very real possibility.
We look forward, as Brett said, to make history on the 28th. Thank you.
Early Walsh, NBN News.
1966, that was when England last tasted World Cup success. But now they're a step closer after downing Sweden, a victory which sent London into meltdown.
Elation after decades of disappointment. The English sure made up for it. As the London heatwave took hold, fans filled pubs and parks, spilling into the streets and onto the street. But the real heat was on the field in Russia. 1-0 at half-time, emotions were high.
Absolutely amazing. The vibe in there is incredible, love it. It's coming home. It's coming home!
Then, a second goal for England by Dele Alli.
It's into a useful area here. It's into a very good area.
And that was enough for fans. And that was enough for fans. The celebration shut down major roads. You'd think they'd won the World Cup. That hasn't happened for 52 years.
Most of these people have waited their entire lives to see England win the World Cup, and now that dream is one step closer.
Prince William tweeting, "You wanted to make history, and you're doing just that. You deserve this moment. Football's coming home." 4 days to recover before England face Croatia in the semi-final.
She's been battling a war against drugs on the high seas and winning. HMAS Warramunga and her crew have today arrived home to a top brass welcome after seizing the largest ever cumulative haul by an Australian Navy vessel.
After 9 months, this is Welcome Home. These sailors are no longer all at sea. This was a moment the 190-strong crew had been dreaming of since October. Even before HMAS Warramunga berthed at Garden Island in Sydney, there were tears. Then the commander led the way. Fathers like Tim Farrell were reunited with daughters.
This is the best feeling in the world.
Others embraced sons.
Oh, fantastic. It's been a long time away, but it's just great to be home with my family, and they deserve the medal as far as I'm concerned.
Mothers welcomed home children.
Very gorgeous. Just nice to have him back.
And in the modern Navy, Children welcomed home mothers.
What's the plan for dinner?
Take out. I'm not letting her near the kitchen.
The warramunga has been on a tour of duty in the Middle East on the hunt for suspicious boats loaded with drugs.
Hence boarding stations.
And they've been successful, seizing $2 billion worth of hashish and heroin, the largest cumulative total by a vessel in the Navy's history.
Warramunga has, in her efforts in terms of drug seizure and destruction, made a real contribution to disrupting financing paths for criminal and terrorist organisations that will make a real difference.
It's an effort Navy chiefs say is worthy of a salute.
Be immensely proud of those who return today. They are the true heroes.
This was the Warramunga's third tour to the Middle East. For the crew, there's no immediate plans for another international deployment, meaning this time can be spent catching up with friends and family.
I'm so happy that Dad's home and he'll be able to take me to school again now.
These servicemen and women have had Christmas Day and Mother's Day at sea. Now they'll have them at home, and there'll be many tipping their hat to that.
Ahead in the news, the desperate battle to stop a ferocious wildfire tearing through California. And the silent, undiagnosed disease affecting 500,000 Australians.
Well, we've seen superb conditions for sweet, seedless Phoenix mandarins in the Queensland growing regions. This easy-to-peel variety is exclusive to Woolworths. Also, there's plenty of Hass avocados around. Consistent weather means good size, quality and prices. And finally, there's an abundance of organic apples from Tasmania. They're naturally crisp and sweet. That's this week's Fresh Market Update, brought to you by Woolworths.
Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I had terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With a good feet, our supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things. Being a dad.
See if they work for you with a free kidney and test log at Good Feet Store Katara.
Don't just think you're insured when your daughter invites a few friends over on social media. No, it is, with accidental damage cover with GIO Platinum Home Insurance.
2 incomes, 3 shareholdings, 4 dependents, 1 accountant. And I just got biology teacher Dave enough tax back to buy this thing. At H&R Block, we're fascinated by numbers. Book an appointment today.
Finally.
I'm in.
Finally.
Wow!
Finally, The Incredibles are back.
Mr. Incredible.
Catching a bad guy. Pow, pow.
Disney Pixar's Incredibles 2 in cinemas now.
At Fantastic, it's the little things that matter most. Like Aussie-made comfort in your choice of over 100 fabrics. Shop in store or online and find your Fantastic today.
Just the energy prices change every year, so we need to clear up a few myths about switching. Say these 2 glasses are your electricity. Both same, but one would cost you $20 and the other only $2. Which you like?
$2? $2.
Yes.
$2.
Of course. Why pay more for exactly the same thing?
That was easy. Cheers.
I squeezed it myself. Switching energy is easy. Simple.